Yeah, I'm really excited about it. When I was a student, I never thought I would make a CD. I was like, CDs are meant for the Christian Lindberghs and the Joe Leslies, like the international soloists and the principal trombonists of the world. That was kind of my mindset. But the more I've been thinking about it, I was like, why not? Like I think I could do this and I think I could bring something different to it. I mean, I know a lot of college professors make CDs as well, but you know, um, I thought it would be really interesting to kind of go that route. And I also felt like, if I'm going to do this, I want to like go big or go home, because it's expensive. You can do it yourself, like on a budget, but then, you're kind of limiting some of the quality in some ways, or making quality choices, like, okay, I'm gonna make this CD but I'll self-publish instead of using kind of a publish like Summit or something. That's what I'm using. um but and there's like pros and cons to that. Like, okay, self-publishing, that just means that, like, okay, maybe the quality of the packet is a little bit less, you know what I mean? But then you save a lot of money. But then, like, when you go with the publishing company, maybe they're gonna like help you kind of advertise it, kind of. What I'm hoping, they said that they have the capability of sometimes like sending out the CD to like TV shows and ads, and sometimes they'll use it. I was like, that'd be my dream, but I bet that won't happen. Anyway, you never know. Maybe there'll be like a super weird scene in a movie that they use it. Anyway, so I thought, what would I want to do? And I was like, okay, well, I want to apply for a grant through the school. And actually it's through the state of Louisiana. It's called an Atlas grant. And these grants are quite big. It's up to like $50,000 that you can apply for. And I was like, if I apply for this grant, like, I think I'm going to be able to do everything that I want. And the things that I want are, like, I want really high quality recording. I want to get a great pianist, and compensate this pianist fairly for their time. You know what I mean? And then, I also felt like I want to have a great producer. So I asked my teacher from undergrad if he would be willing to do it, because he has, like, perfect pitch, great ears. Steve Wolfenbarger is like the best. And he had a crazy summer of producing things, because he produced my album as well as one of my colleagues from undergrad, Jeremy Marks. He did a trombone choir album, that he was like producing as well, which is great. Anyway, so and then I also wanted to do video, because I feel like, the CD is awesome in some ways, but the video is the thing that, like, the students are going to see. I'm not sure how many students really check out trombone CDs on Spotify versus like see YouTube videos. So I feel like that's kind of the way of the future. So and then in terms of the repertoire, I kind of wanted to make sure it was diverse in a lot of different ways. So, it's got some early music on there, the Pergolesi Sinfonia. It has Arthur Pryor, because, I had done the Wiki competition when I was a student. My teacher, Steve Wolfmarger, is kind of a Pryor scholar. So I thought it would be a nice homage to like my past as well. And some songs and this romance by William Grant Still, who's a beautiful, beautiful composer, Black composer. So adding more diversity to the CD. I had kind of fallen in love with Dorothy Gates' Servant of Peace through my work as the competitions committee coordinator for the ITA. So every year I'm kind of like looking for rep for the competitions, and I think I had chosen it for a final round for something. But I was like, wow, this is a really cool piece. It's really exciting. And I had asked a friend from undergrad if he could like rewrite the solo section. There's kind of like a jazz waltz in it, and it has a solo section. And I was like, maybe Eric Bowman could write me this solo. And he did a great job. I like absolutely love it. I'm so excited. And there was a part of me that was like, should I try to write my own? And I don't know. I'm just not that kind of musician, I don't think. So, but I'm so happy I asked him. Like, it was better than anything I could have imagined. So that was great. And I hope we have more collaborations in the future. And then on top of that, also the Mark Mellett's Chemical Reaction, which is a piece for loop pedal and trombone, which is a piece that I had commissioned through LSU. back in 2019. So, really excited to have that on there. I love playing stuff for loop pedal and trombone, and I just want, there to be more repertoire. And I think it's a really accessible one. Um, it's a little bit easier than loop-de-loop and slipstream. So if you're interested in getting into something like that, I think it's a good place to start.
Can you expand